We're here today to have a conversation about something we can all find a little difficult to talk about.
Okay.
Good death, bad death. What's the difference?
Oh, it's very subjective, isn't it?
That's a tricky one, that one.
Wow.
As professions, we often talk about quality of life.
If we're talking about care at the end of life, as in palliation, a good death is that knowledge and that communication, knowing about dying and the act of dying and having those good supports around you.
Palliative care is not necessarily about when you are imminently dying. Palliative care can incorporate words such as supportive care or symptom control.
The way a person dies will have a profound effect on the family. So in palliative care, we look after not just the person who's dying, but the family as the unit of care and how we're going to get everybody through this.
A good death to me is actually being able to manage everything that's making that person suffer, whether it be anxiety or nausea or fatigue or their pain, or it could be that emotional suffering that they haven't reconciled with a family member.
A good death would be something that matches what a person wants and really matches what the expectations of the family as well.
Educating the families about the process.
Might be one of the most important times of your life when you let a loved one go and give them the permission to go peacefully. I think is so important.
Some of the prompts are, that if I couldn't do this would be when I would say, I don't want my life. And it's not about euthanasia. It's not about hastening people's death. It's actually saying, when I've reached this point, don't try to prolong my life by machines. It could be even, don't send me to hospital anymore. I don't want any more antibiotics. I want to be allowed to die in comfort.
Going on in years into the future, how do they remember that event? It's like it was, Mum got what she wanted. She was really peaceful. It was really lovely and it was a great time. We were all together. It was very sad, but we were all together we struggled and it was awful and she fought and she didn't really want that and she was in and out of hospital and it was terrible and when she died, no one was there.
Bad death is one that you're not emotionally prepared for, and that includes your people who are important to you.
I've been in the space when it's going badly and it's really terrible and you realise they're not going to forget this and it's really going to scar them.
For me as a GP, one of the most distressing times I've had is when the family comes in, the siblings come in and start an argument.
Yeah.
Have you had that experience?
Yeah.
Where they start an argument about each one of them disagreeing with the other as to what the parent should have.
I think some of the worst deaths that I've seen have been because it's happened too fast and there hasn't been an opportunity to plan.
Our grief expands further because we have no idea. We're dealing with something that came out of the blue.
When I'm talking to people about wishes around end of life, it's a little bit different because I'm saying to them, and I say to people, look, if you could dream, if you could think about the kind of death that you want, what would be meaningful to you? What would comfort you? What would soothe you if you were imminently dying?
So if you've addressed all the hard bits first, then there's space.
Yeah. They're the nicest deaths that I've seen, is people who have just got that space around them, and it's a very emotional thing to
it's beautiful
see.
actually.
It's an amazing thing to see.